Hi everybody, welcome to week 21, Classical Conversations, cycle 3. So let's get after it. We are finally out of geometry, our fun little song there, and we are officially into some new material. And so for this week, math, we are doing the associative law for addition and multiplication. And it is open parentheses A plus B, close parentheses plus C equals A plus open parentheses B plus C, close parentheses. And the associative law for multiplication is open parentheses A times B, close parentheses times C equals A times open parentheses B times C, close parentheses. And so the song is Do Lord, O Lord, and this is how it goes. The associative law for addition states open parentheses A plus B, close parentheses plus C equals A plus open parentheses B plus C, close parentheses. The associative law for multiplication states open parentheses A times B, close parentheses times C equals A times open parentheses B times C, close parentheses. For geography this week, we are doing what are Native American regions, and they are Eastern Woodlands, Plains, Plateaus, Northwest Coast, California, Great Basin, and Southwest. The song we will be doing is to the tune of Colors of the Wind. What are Native American regions? Native American regions are Eastern Woodlands, Plains, Plateau, Northwest Coast, California, Great Basin, and Southwest. What are Native American regions? Native American regions are Eastern Woodlands, Plains, Plateau, Northwest Coast, California, Great Basin, and Southwest. And those kind of are the regions. Let's do history. So for history, it is tell me about U.S. astronauts. And in 1969, U.S. astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin were the first men to walk on the moon. And so what we're going to be doing for 1969, we've been doing 19, the symbol for that, for a couple weeks now, but it's 19. And for 69, we're just going to do 6 and 9. For U.S., we're going to put our hand over our heart. And for astronauts, we're going to have our hand flat like this and do an R for a rocket and go up, like it's launching the rocket into space. For Neil Armstrong, we're going to do an N and an A in sign language, just like this. But for the A, we're going to put it into a fist and kind of point to our arm for Armstrong. So Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, we're going to just do an E and an A. We're the first, so we're going to put our finger up for a 1 and turn it really quick for first. Men, we're going to make our hand as a 5 and put it to our head and to our chest. And for walk on the moon, we're going to have our hand as a fist and take our other hand and just make it like walking in zero gravity. So in 1969, U.S. astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin were the first men to walk on the moon. And that's history. Moving right along into science, we are doing what does the theory of evolution rely on? And the theory of evolution relies on this belief that life began as a chance combination of non-living things. And so for that, we're doing the song Three Blind Mice, and it goes like this. What does the theory of evolution rely on? The theory of evolution relies on the belief that life began as a chance combination of non-living things, What does the theory of evolution rely on? The theory of evolution relies on the belief that life began as a chance combination of non-living things, And that's science. For English, we are doing you better watch out. We've been doing this for the last 3 weeks, and we are super excited to be kind of finishing this one out. And we are doing clauses. And this week is a subordinate clause. And so a subordinate clause is also known as a dependent clause, does not express a complete thought and cannot stand alone. And so that is a part of a bigger song, and this is how that song goes. I'm gonna show you my handy dandy signs here and make sure they're in order. Okay. A clause is a group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. There are 2 types of clauses. An independent clause expresses a complete thought like a sentence. This is an independent clause. This is this week's. A subordinate clause, also known as a dependent clause, does not express a complete thought and cannot stand alone. Oh, a clause is a group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. There are 2 types of clauses. And that is English. Then we moved on to Latin. And for Latin, it's qui nomen erat Johannes. And it means whose name was John. For our signs, we're doing for qui nomen, we're doing name, the sign for name. So we're taking our 2 fingers like this, our pointer and middle finger, and then we're going to just tap them together. Whose name? We've been doing was for a long time now, but just in case you need a reminder, it's putting our pointer finger up to our lips and always going like shh. And then for Johannes, we're just doing a J. Her name was John. So, qui nomen erat Johannes. All right, so let's do timeline. So timeline this week starts with World War II and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. So this one, all we're going to be doing is making a W, do World War II. So almost bounce it. So World War II. And Franklin D. Roosevelt, we're just going to do F, D, R, and ASL. For Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre, we're going to do his mustache. And for Katyn Massacre, we're going to have our hand out here. We're going to take our other finger, our pointer finger, and go under it like we're stabbing. Then take our 5 fingers and kind of go up like that to show a lot of people died in a massacre. So Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. The United Nations form, we are just going to do the sign for united. So just taking our hands like this, our OKs, clipping them together, and that is going to be united. The Cold War, we're going to pretend like we're cold, and then do our sign for war. Gandhi and India's independence, we're going to do a G, an ASL G for Gandhi. Point to our forehead for India, and for independence, we're going to cross our arms like this, and then open them up for our sign for liberation. So Gandhi and India's independence. Then we have Jewish state established. And so for Jewish state established, we're going to go to our chin and just kind of coming down like we have this long beard. And established, we're going to put our fist like that, and then take our other fist with our pinky down and kind of tap it on your other fist. So Jewish state established. For Mao and communist victory in China, we're going to do an M for Mao and then do the communist salute and put our hand out forward. So Mao and communist victory in China. And that is our timeline.